all your stuff. What can figure it out? That's how it chooses you.
Hey!
So the person who introduced me to that phrase, "Not today, Satan," I don't watch a lot of television, so I'm assuming someone, I mean, I know it's been a phrase for a long time. I'm assuming someone on television brought it back to, into popular use, right? But the first person I heard it from was the old HR director at my job, because we were talking about a person we were having an issue with from a systemic point of view. And he sort of went, "Not today, Satan," because he had received a message from this other person, like in the middle of our meeting. And I was like, "Oh, I love you so much, man." It's if your HR director is so unguarded about your horrible behavior as to call you Satan in the presence of someone literally 4 levels below him at the place that you work, you know you are in fact Satan.
You might have a problem.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. It was so nice to see you in person yesterday for 10 glorious minutes.
Oh,
It was
I know.
so great.
It was good. Teresa and I had a social distance, very brief meeting to give each other Christmas gifts.
Yes.
That we will shortly open for you, the public.
Yeah.
Because what everyone loves is to hear other people get stuff.
Is there any better idea for a podcast episode than listening to people open Christmas presents? No. The answer is no. This is the best idea we've ever had. Yeah. So
You're welcome,
Yeah.
is what we're saying.
So much. So I'm very tired. That's first. And I feel like I need to say that to excuse all the things that are about to happen.
Well, I was laughing to myself this morning because I thought, Teresa's going to be tired, but I need to tell her that I also am tired. Am I tired because I worked really hard? No. Am I tired because I stayed up late partying? No. I stayed up late having a discussion with my partner, Tim, about the future of film distribution models and what that might look like.
Uh-huh.
We were up till 1 a.m. having a heated discussion about film distribution.
An industry neither of you works in, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
This is middle-aged people.
I like that the passion in your relationship is arguing about not even making movies, not even imagery or story or feelings, but distribution of films. What an interesting place to have put that argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I'm so pleased. That's amazing. Yeah, and Tim's hair, by the way, you mentioned a few weeks ago on the podcast that you cut Tim's hair, and you're right, it looks fucking good. It looks fucking good. It's a good haircut.
So I don't think I told this story that I refused to cut it for a very long time.
Yeah.
His hair is curly, it's gorgeous, it grows very quickly, and it makes him miserable when it's super long. And he begged me to cut it about probably 3 months ago, and I refused and refused. I held out. I finally did it, and it was pretty bad. It wasn't awful, but it was not good. And then a couple of weeks ago, we went and bought clippers. And so I clippered the sides and back, watched some videos, did some research, and cut the top by hand. And it turned out freaking great.
It looks really good. It's the best haircut I've ever seen him in.
I think it's good. Yeah,
Good
I'm
job.
pretty proud.
Yeah, good job. You should do.
I overcame.
You did. Yeah.
Me and my white lady problems in the pandemic. I just have to cut my partner's hair.
Oh my
it's
God.
so hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was lovely to see you. I felt really out of it. And then, okay, everybody, here's the deal. And this is classic Claire, for those of you who don't know this, okay? She hands me a box full of exquisitely wrapped presents. Presents plural, okay? So first of all, presents plural. They are beautifully wrapped and ribboned and tagged. And there are many of them. And some of them were edible, including some bourbon chocolate balls that I ate one of and was shit-faced. The strongest bourbon chocolate balls ever made, and maybe ever consumed. So cookies, bourbon chocolate balls, Buckeyes is what we call the other ones, but I don't think Claire does because that's...
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But we've rebranded them for the holidays to be Feliz Navitatas because they look like boobs.
So they're balls of peanut butter dipped in chocolate, which are Buckeyes or Feliz Navitatas now. Yes. Which are delicious. I had like 4 of them immediately. And I hand her, and this is the part that is like, whew, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard this morning. I hand her a single, hastily and messily wrapped, just basically threw some paper at it and then rolled it in packing tape. Single present. And I'm like, Merry Christmas. The thing I was going to try and make you, it turns out gold leaf is harder to use than I anticipated, and I have some things to learn before I can make it, because the supplies literally just got here last week. So that's the background, is that I have been an inadequate gift giver and have received an abundance of beauty that I do not deserve. And I'm going to have to now fight my way through the deep embarrassment. But this is Teresa's Christmas from start to finish. It's absolutely perfect. Gift giving is not a language I speak. Even when I know other people need them, I understand the need. I love getting them. I just am so bad at making the beautiful thing happen for people. So
I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want to, ruin your hilarious rib. I am laughing so hard right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a lot of ways this is so us. This is so both of us. But I do want to say that I have gotten some of the most thoughtful, lovely gifts from you in the past. So everyone, Teresa once gave me... So my favorite thing is when people remember things that you've said offhandedly. I've said this before on the podcast, and they end up giving you something that you want or need and you aren't even aware. That is like the sweet spot for gift giving. This is obviously only possible with people that you're truly close to, truly listen to, and truly love. So one year Teresa gave me like an 80 pack of... Sorry, I'm trying to remember what brand they are. Do you remember what brand they were?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
So one year, Teresa gave me like an 80 pack of beautiful Prismacolor colored pencils. And the thing about that, I've never owned such a thing. And the thing about that is that it makes me feel like I've made it. Like if I can be a wealthy artist... which is for some reason what that gift represents to me, then I'm fulfilled. And she gave me this gift and I use them all the time. And every time I use them, I think about you. Every time I look at the top of that box or open it, I think of you. And I feel like it's really the gift of possibility. Like there's so many colors. Do I want peach or light peach or, emerald green or forest green? I don't know, but guess what? I have a choice. So, and you and I have both been in positions of having more and less money, feeling more and less financially secure. And we've always just gone with it. So I just want to say there's no... it all evens out. We take care of each other. That's what we do.
Yes. Well, and in the spirit of that, I will name a past gift. At one point, I must have complained, because that's... complaint is my love language. I must have complained about not being able to, carry... going to dinner party. Remember when dinner parties were a thing? Not being able to carry multiple dishes because I didn't, there's no effective way to do that without a specific kind of bag. And I was like, it's just such a pain because I was carrying these things and one got smushed and it didn't stay warm or whatever. And for Christmas that year, Claire purchased me a giant insulated food carrying bag that's really sturdy and awesome. And now and you have no memory of it? Yeah.
No, I have no memory of this.
Yeah. So now whenever I have to go to a place, I'm like, well, I've got the food carrying situation is handled. Thanks, Claire. Like, no
just
problem.
Just in time for 2020.
Yes. Just in time for the year we don't see our friends. But yeah, amazing. I love that because I didn't remember I got you those pencils and you didn't remember that you got me that bag. But
isn't that funny?
yeah. You were like, do you remember the brand? I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't even know what object you're talking about.
I don't remember getting you 80 of anything. I was like, was it hand warmers? Was it those chemical hand warmers?
Right?
It's like a Costco purchase that I got you. 7,000 pounds of shrimp.
Do you remember that? No, the year of shrimp. It was amazing. Well, this is a little bit of a left turn, but I wanted to follow up with you because you had told me how much you were enjoying the 4th season of The Crown.
Yes.
And I started watching it, and I realized very quickly that I super do not care about these people or this story at all. However, what I care deeply about is the amazing conversation with my mom that it has created.
Ah.
So my mom is a huge fan of the British royal family. The Princess Diana, she's a fan of all the hot goss there. She has read books and every article, seen every dramatic reenactment, every documentary.
That seems completely in character for your mom.
It does, because my mother is the poor man's Moira Rose.
Yes.
You know, I had watched like the 1st season of The Crown, and then now I'm jumping into the 4th. And so I have no fucking idea what's going on. And all the characters that I was familiar with from the 1st season have now aged, and they're played by different actors. So I'm texting her, like, who the fuck is the guy who just got killed on the boat? And she's like, why does everyone so upset? She's just texting me.
Tywin Lannister's the
Yeah.
answer to that question. Tywin Lannister just got blown up on a boat, you guys.
And then yesterday she sent me an article about these interviews that Diana had done that no one knew about. And so it's just created a really fun dialogue. My goal is to just ask her as many questions as possible. It's really fun to put my mom in the position of being an expert on something.
Oh, yeah.
Because she doesn't find herself in that. She knows a lot, but she doesn't ever put herself in that position. So I'm having fun playing sort of the ignorant rube and saying really stupid things to her and having her correct me and explain things to me. So my goal is to continue the dialogue and keep it going as long as possible. But what I'm noticing is happening is that I'm starting to annoy her unintentionally. So in the text chain yesterday, I started asking her about her opinions. My mother's also an actress, an incredible actress. And I started asking her her opinions on Olivia Colman's performance. And she stopped punctuating. And she's like, no, yeah, no. And I was like, okay, I think she's busy. And I'm now annoying her, so we're going to cut this off for today.
But back to the theme of today, what a great gift to give her is to put her in the position of being the expert. Like, who doesn't? I mean, I'm sure some people don't like that, but lots of people do. Find the thing that somebody you love is interested in and just make them tell you about it. What a great present. It's
such a delightful side effect of a story I really don't care about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not emotionally invested in the characters either. I've never, my dad was born in England, so my family, when Charles and Diana got married, we had a plate of some kind that was sent to us by our cousins.
Oh, I thought you were going to say by the British government.
That's right. They sent every citizen around the world.
And a free plate for every citizen of our country.
It was one of the biggest wedding expenses. No one ever talks about it. Yeah, so I don't care either, but I love the acting very much, and
it's very good.
The idea of monarchy is so weird that I enjoy spending time with people whose lives that is.
I agree.
Whose lives that
really
is.
Interesting.
That's not proper grammar, but you guys
I'll
get
take it.
Cool.
I'll take it.
Cool.
It's before noon. What are we expected to be? Intelligent?
Always. It's before noon on a Sunday. This is, stupidest Teresa. Hello.
We should tell everyone this is the podcast It Chooses You.
Hello, it is. I'm Teresa Sparks.
I am Claire Patton.
And we talk about things we love. And sometimes get in fights. I've been thinking about last week a lot. I was like, wow, I turned something that could have been fun into a disaster because I was tired and grumpy. And I was like, but I listened, it's not terrible, but I was like, oh, that's not what we meant that thing to be. Okay.
I think it probably felt worse from the inside, but it definitely, I agree with you.
I was just like, I don't know, could I have taken something fun and been shitty about it any better than I did last week? I was like, if that's what I was trying to do, I nailed that. That's the best I've ever done. So good. I was like, you couldn't just play along? Nope. Yeah, well, I think the lesson is really like right around finals. We got to figure something out. I'm not available for fun. I'm sorry. There's no fun here. I'm so sorry, Claire.
I think that's good learning. And hey, yay! You're done with finals.
I am.
Let's just take a minute.
Celebration.
Enjoy that.
I finished my last case study on blood stasis in the prostate. I know that's not what you wanted to hear this morning, everybody, but there you go. Learned a lot about male urology past few weeks.
Who hasn't?
Somebody asked me what I was studying in school, and I started talking, but I did it in like not the elevator pitch way, but like the very detailed about a prostate kind of way in the middle of a workplace. And their face, and they just started backing away, and I was like, that's right. Never ask me again. Never ask me again. But yes, I'm done. Whew, and I feel so good now. I'm so excited to be here with you this morning, having been done.
Me too.
Yes.
Well, should we open presents?
Yes. I'll open.
I will start.
No, if you start, then I've got 3 to open in a row. You don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't care.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Well, I'm living the Christmas nightmare right now, so I will trust your judgment because you're not, and then you should go first.
There are people that it's a pleasure to get things for. And those people are rarely your family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And then there's also just luck. All right, I brought some scissors because I knew.
You're going to need them. Yeah.
I am cutting into the package.
You are going to need scissors because I wasn't kidding. I literally just threw packing tape at it.
We have some snowflake wrapping paper.
Mm-hmm. That has been in our living room since last year, by the way. I said to Mike, I was like, hey, that stuff you never took down to the basement last year finally came full circle, huh? It's useful again. He was like, yep, that was the plan. I'm like, yeah, it was.
I left our garland up in the living room. I was like, fuck it. Fairy lights.
Yeah. We got I got a little rosemary tree this year that's planted in dirt. It's a rosemary plant that's been shaved into the shape of a pine tree. So I'm going to be clipping delicious spices from my Christmas tree for the foreseeable future.
Beautiful and pragmatic.
That's right.
Okay, here I go. What is this? It's a candle from the Eternal Flame. It's Anthony Bourdain. I love it. I love it.
I'm so glad.
What is he the patron saint of?
He's
Abundanza?
Yeah, Abundanza. That's right. He's the patron saint of Abundanza. Yep.
So it's a red saint candle, if I wasn't clear, and it has Anthony Bourdain with the Sacred Heart on a flame.
Yeah.
And an Abundanza, a food below. Oh, I love it. Okay, very quickly now, I need you to open the biggest box.
Quickly opening the biggest box. She's such a professional. She's done the thing where you close it with a single piece of tape, you guys. It's like a single tiny piece of tape. Did you even tape it to the box? Oh! Scotch tape. Oh my god, I I love it so much.
Look at where it's from.
Yes, I considered this one for you. Wouldn't that have been amazing?
So
Claire has purchased me a saint candle from Eternal Flame of Ruth Bader Ginsburg that says "Descent" at the bottom.
we just bought each other literally the same gift, though tailored to
Yes.
each other's personalities.
So wonderful.
So she's Our Lady of Descent, which I
Yes.
thought was amazing. The reason why I got you that is because you had talked about how much you were enjoying folk saints.
Yes.
And I thought, well, if there is an American white lady folk saint, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah. When we had that conversation, I was like, I know exactly what I'm getting, Claire.
That is so funny.
It is really funny. I mean, we know one another relatively well. Let's just put it that way. That's amazing. Oh,
What a cool, that's a really cool thing that we just did there.
yes. Amazing. Oh, man. I love her so much. I'm going to light her right now, actually. I have a lighter
Yeah,
here.
I'll light my, I do too. Stoners.
That's right. Shut up. Only when I'm not in school. All right.
Oh, that is really fun.
It's amazing. The best. It's the best. It's like I mean, it's not like this at all, but the positive version of like, I sold my hair and to buy you a pocket watch and you
The gift
pocket
of the
watch
Magi.
chain. Yeah, exactly. And you sold your watch to buy me haircuts.
I just need to call Tim in here to show him because, hang on. Tim, you've got to come in here.
I'm so excited. I love it.
Look at what Teresa got. It's from the same company.
That's excellent. Yeah. Crazy minds think alike.
We're calling him Our Lady of Abundanza. Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
You
Guest star.
Mad women.
I'm so glad Tim liked it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so good. I might put that in the kitchen.
That was where I imagined you would put it. Yes, on your countertop while you're preparing something.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes, and the red color was a choice because you can whatever.
I love it.
Yeah, I think red is. I'm gonna say this. It's like heart energy, like full.
Yeah. Oh, Tony Bourdain.
I miss him.
I miss him too. Open another one.
Okay. Do you have a preference? There's a small book-looking one and a square one.
Open the square one,
Open the square one.
please.
No need to say please. It's a beautiful gift tied in. So Claire has purchased at least 3 different colors of color and white striped wrapping thread, like packaged twine, but nicer. And this one is pink. I think the bourbon balls were red. I don't remember because I was hammered. They are really strong.
And it's funny because I've only ever had large bourbon balls, and these are so tiny that I was like, oh, these are really small. And then I tried them and was like, nope, that's appropriate.
What recipe did you use?
This is from the New York Times. I think it's Melissa Clark.
Oh my God. I mean, they're intense. I took a bite of one and I was like, oh, that's a drink. That's not a sweet. This is a drink.
And then you texted me that we need to open a bar.
Yes.
But the idea is all the alcohol comes in chocolate form.
Mm-hmm. We need to do a pop-up for when the pandemic ends because everyone is going to be so ready to go out and be out forever and ever. And it's going to be, you're going to get hammered, but you're going to get hammered only eating chocolate.
I mean, that sounds great to me.
Yeah. We can do like a peanut butter liqueur in the Buckeyes or Feliz Navitatas, rather. All right. Okay. So it's a square box. It looks like there are 2 items. Or no, it's just a lot of...
No, it's 2 items.
Oh, it's 2 items. Okay. And a lot of bubble wrap because Claire is very careful. This is a food item. Oh, you got me the pickle. What? Okay. Oh, I'm going to eat it right now. So Claire has purchased me, God bless her, like a 12-ounce jar of Patak's hot mango pickle.
Oh my
that
God,
we've
I
been
can't
talking
wait.
about forever. Oh my God.
I want you to call me as soon as you eat it because
I'll put it on something today. I will call you later today. Oh, it smells so good. It's my mouth is watering. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, salivary glands work. Oh, it's pickly, but it's also slightly funky and a little citrusy and a little sweet. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so hold on. Let's read the descriptor here. A classic combination of juicy mangoes and traditional spices with an extra chili kick. Chili with 2 L's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Chili
That's how you know
with
it's
2
the real shit.
That's right. And container. Oh my God! Okay. Did you know I was never going to purchase this? Like, I've written it down 3 times, and I was just like, that's never going to happen. She's going to talk about it every time. We've talked about it before on the podcast. Claire has discovered a new condiment that she very much likes, Mr. Bing's Chili Crisp. She's given me a container of it for Christmas.
This is the non-MSG kind.
Right.
Just in case. It's just as tasty as the MSG stuff. But this chili crisp, man, I tell you, just make a bowl of rice and just put it on.
Oh, it smells so good.
It's like crispy onions or shallots and like
Yes.
fermented soybeans, and it's
Yeah.
crispy and spicy and sweet. Oh, it's
There's
so
like
good.
black bean in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's so good. So Mr. Bing's story is on the side. Shall we read it?
Yeah.
When we studied Chinese in Beijing in 1998, we ate Bings every day outside our school. There was a nice lady who made them fresh on the back of a bicycle cart. We loved Bings so much and the chili crisp inside them that we just had to bring it back to America. So I guess Bing is a kind of snack that's this probably inside a pastry. Well, let's figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah. That's
Go get myself some prepared biscuit dough and go to town on this, I think.
Pillsbury Bings.
That's right. Pillsbury Bings, 100%. A very bingy Christmas. Oh my God, I'm so excited to eat today, Claire. Thank you.
No
I'm
problem.
going to eat all of these things. I'll be texting you and sending you voice messages all day. So
Yeah,
good.
I mean, if any of you are out there are poor, and we know you are,
yeah,
get those condiments because you can really just make a bowl of rice and put that on, and you'll be happy.
Oh, so good.
I wanted to say that these are the condiments, the 2 condiments that represent 2020 to me, because I consumed a lot of them this year. They are, however, not the condiments this year deserved at all. They're way better than this year.
They're so good because they recognize how terrible the year was. And like, we really need to bring it this year, guys. Like, the Chili's are talking to each other in the field. Okay, listen, we really have to make this happen. Yeah.
That's right.
Now for Teresa's gift extravaganza. Thank you. There's a final gift.
Can we call this episode Claire Saves Teresa's Christmas?
Yes. Claire activates all of my anxieties about how best to be nice to those I love. Yes, sure. Oh, so just to be clear, I feel the need, having received 3 already, beautiful, amazing gifts from you this Christmas. I'm feeling I'm defensive, even though I don't perceive your gifts as an attack. And I have to say that I really did try and make the thing that I'm going to make for you by today. I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it because I do not have the correct kind of glue that works with gold leaf. I only have this half dried up container of very flexible, acid-free archival wonderfulness that I cannot apply thinly enough to make gold leaf work. So that's all. I'm just going to Michael's today. That's the end of that sentence. I'm going to Michael's today. I'm going to solve this problem.
Have no fear, podcast audience. We will follow up on the.
Yes, there'll be another here's Happy New Year, Merry New Year. Oh, it is. Yes. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
So this gift was brought to me by the Fates because I did not plan on getting it. It was something I found in a shop. I actually went to a shop, a really cool local shop, and I grabbed it and read like 3 sentences and was like, Teresa needs this right now.
Oh, yes. So this is a book called Ask Baba Yaga, Poetic Remedies for Troubled Times. I think her name is Taisia. Oh God, Kitaiskaya. Taisia Kitaiskaya. She's very Eastern European, perhaps Russian, and she has a blog called Ask Baba Yaga that I have read from and that I read extensively in preparation for our podcast. And she wrote a book, and now Claire has given it to me for Christmas.
It's the most brilliant, beautiful. I just love the book. I love it so much. Everybody go out and buy it. Teresa, would you mind just spelling her last name for people so they can look her up?
So Kitaiskaia.
And she is on Instagram.
Oh, she's just so good. Baba Yaga gives really good advice because she never softens anything. If she gives you something soft, you know it's because it can only be soft. She does not make anything easier. She's like, no, it actually is easy, you fool. Like, okay, thank you, Baba Yaga.
She puts metaphorical chili crisp all up on that.
Delicious metaphorical chili crisp. How do I fall in love? It's probably about chili crisp. Oh, it's so good. Thank you so much, Claire.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Oh, man. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this candle lit. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to read this today. Done. Day decided.
Sounds like a good day.
Yeah. And work on your present. If you can't see this because my camera only faces where it faces, but all of the shit that's going to be your present is piled up on either side of my desk. I had to clean up a little space so you wouldn't see it. So this little hallway on my desk is clear, and the rest of it is just
I'm
piled.
very excited, and I love my Anthony Bourdain Saint candle.
I'm glad.
We've lost some good ones in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah. Anthony Bourdain really hit me hard because just someone who loves food that much. Just to imagine his suffering, given that he loves food that much, and that wasn't enough, you know.
Yeah.
Brain chemistry is challenging sometimes. And if you need to go to therapy to get pills to change your brain chemistry, please do that. Yeah. We talk about our amygdalas going crazy, but I think my impression is that I know I don't, but neither you or I actually have any sort of chemistry issue. It's really just, sort of emotional weirdness rather than physical weirdness.
Yeah.
Which is not to say the emotional stuff isn't powerful, but it's not the same as having that chemical issue in your brain.
I agree.
So Merry Christmas. No, it's important though, because Christmas is very stressful. Like this idea that Christmas is goodness and light, in a lot of ways it is, and it can be, sure. But, you come from a dysfunctional family. Gifts have a lot of different meanings other than coming from generosity. Mm-hmm. It's a hard time of year to navigate.
Yeah.
It can be very lonely even when we're allowed to see one another.
That's true.
Yeah. So take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. Be there for somebody if you can. Ask for help if you need to.
Good message, T.
You've been thinking about generosity a little bit lately, right?
So, yeah, Teresa, I have been thinking about generosity a lot lately. And it's because I saw a story in the New York Times. Now, I have a little bit of a weird relationship to stories, basically good news stories in general, or generosity stories. I find them harder to engage with than bad news. I don't know if I've just been conditioned by Twitter, the internet, when John Krasinski was doing some good news during the pandemic, I would have a hard time. I always watched it. I loved it, but I had a hard time watching it because I would get so emotional. And I think sometimes it just, obviously I have trouble engaging with those really, really good feelings, but I also, sometimes it can feel indulgent. I don't want to become complacent and think that everything's okay. Yeah. So I consider it like a sweet, like a Feliz Navitata. You can have a few, but you don't want a diet that wholly consists of that.
Yeah. Who wants a diet that's entirely about happiness?
Right.
What? Come on. Losers.
Right. I feel like we might be exposing some deep sense of unworthiness I have.
Yep.
That's okay.
Maybe.
That's the point of this podcast, is to make me better.
It's to expose you. Oh, no, make you better. No, make you better. That's the one.
Expose me, then make me better. So, recently, Mackenzie Scott, who is the world's 18th richest person, has said she's going to give away most of her fortune. Now, she was previously married to Jeff Bezos
Sure.
and is no longer married to Jeff Bezos. She does, however, have a good deal of stock in Amazon, which was worth a ton before, but this year is worth like 1 billion tons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she has so far donated this year $4.2 billion to universities and colleges. But here's the
Nice.
thing. She did not give that money to Brown, to Harvard, to Yale. She specifically sought out universities and colleges that are overlooked for large donations and that serve underserved communities.
Nice.
So her charitable giving total, this is including the colleges, has almost totaled $6 billion
Oh my God.
for the year. She has donated to technical colleges, community colleges, and institutions that serve women, Native Americans, Black communities, both urban and rural. She has given gifts of 20, 30, $50 million to these institutions. And as you and I know, having worked in the arts a bit, when a large institution, a sort of a successful, clout-filled institution of any kind is given $50 million, that has less of an impact than when a smaller institution of some kind is given the same gift.
Yes.
The president of Prairie View A&M University, which was given $50 million, said that on the phone she was like, wait, 50? Like she couldn't even believe it. And Prairie View A&M is a historically Black college. The other really cool thing that Mackenzie has done is she has given them zero stipulation on how they spend it.
Yeah. And that's the way to do it.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it. If you give it, you give it. And you don't get to dictate anything about that gift.
That is the nature of a gift.
Yeah.
You could take that Ruth Bader Ginsburg candle and throw it out the window.
That's right.
Right?
If I feel like it, which I never would, Cookie, I'll never do that to you. She's staring at me over there like, don't you do it. You intimidate me even on a candle. I won't throw you out the window. But I could. And that's okay because you gave it to me. It's mine now. I can do what I want with it.
Yep.
Like I love that she didn't, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
So the other awesome thing is that she announced it publicly on Medium. She has a Medium blog. And that's how she told everyone.
Hey, by the way, I have more money than many countries could ever use. I'm going to give it away now. That's wonderful.
So Prairie View A&M is first using $10 million to help their students who've been impacted by the pandemic and are having trouble paying their university fees and bills. And the rest they're going to apply to their endowment. So they're going to be giving scholarships and recruiting fantastic fucking faculty, right?
Yeah.
Which is what you need. She's donated, I just love this, she's donated to the West Kentucky Community and Technical College in Paducah.
Yeah.
She gave them $15 million. And so they're going to use that to help their students prepare their students to enter the workforce.
Yeah. I mean, $15 million in Western Kentucky. I mean, you can buy Western Kentucky for $15 million. Yeah.
And so she... Basically what happened, there wasn't an application process. There was no announcement beforehand. Basically, she and her team used data to handpick these colleges and universities based on effectiveness and leadership. And they contacted a number of institutions and basically interviewed them about their mission and their values and then chose based on that. And there were a number that they didn't choose based on complaints from the way the community was treated, based on what they saw as ineffective leadership. So I recommend everyone read her Medium post. And the great thing about the post is it's so however many pages long, but 2/3 of the length is just a list of organizations people should be donating to from her.
Great.
So it to me was a real example of tipping the scales in favor of social justice, in favor of humanity, and in favor of the good.
Yeah. When a person can give away $6 billion, that it's wonderful that she's doing it. It's amazing. But the fact of our society that a single person can have access to that much money and therefore power, right? Under Citizens United, she could have made a corporation and just lobbied for whatever the heck she thinks, right? But luckily she thinks that humanity is worth saving and that's worth contributing to, and she's supporting.
Yeah.
Those kind of institutions. That's amazing.
So lots of love to Mackenzie Scott for doing what we should all be doing.
That's right.
On whatever scale we're capable of. And this just sort of sent me down a little bit of a rabbit hole with recent stories of generosity. So there's a man named Mike Esmond he's from Gulfstream, Florida. And he paid the past due utility bills for 114 families in his community. Aww. So he did it last year to the tune of a little over $4,000. And this year it's $7,600. And I just want to emphasize that these are people that are looking at having their utilities shut down during the holidays. Yeah. So they'll be receiving a notice that their utility bill is paid in full. He made a larger gift this year because he has a home pool and spa business that has done really well during the pandemic. So he said he felt that it was right that he make a larger donation this year because he's thriving in a time when a lot of people aren't. The Red Cross has reported record number of new volunteers this year. 78,000 new people have signed up this year. And this other great story do you know Chef David Chang?
Yes.
Oh, he's fantastic. Momofuku.
Momofuku.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Well, he went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and he won.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's real smart.
And he donated his winnings to the Southern Smoke Foundation, which supports restaurant workers in need, which obviously the restaurant industry, and they've been hit so hard this year. So, yeah. So there's a lot of good things happening, everybody.
Yeah. Well, and all of those stories illustrate sort of my favorite, like, meme style condensation of the idea of generosity, which is that if you have more than you need, you build a longer table, not a bigger wall.
Yep.
Like, that's it. If you have more than you need, invite some other people to share in it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Oh, what a nice morning. Thank you for bringing those.
Yeah.
David Chang is the shit.
He's really great.
Yeah.
Here's something. Yeah. Here's the secret, everybody. I bought Tim David Chang's autobiography for Christmas.
Nice. I'm excited for Christmas morning. Yeah. There's a little bit, though, so I'm just going to hop out of, like, good feelings for a second, because Christmas morning as an adult is all like, what am I going to get myself for Christmas?
Right.
Merry Christmas to me. And if I'm not careful, my Christmas buying season lasts from the beginning of October until the end of February.
Right.
About the same time that I allow myself to put heavy whipping cream in my coffee instead of half and half.
Right. Do you wrap the presents and then open them and go, oh, I'm the best?
No, I don't wrap them. That's a waste of resources and time, and I don't want to have to wait. No.
You just get them.
My books are here. Oh, I have so many books. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What's the best Christmas present you've ever received?
Oh. I remember a feeling of ecstatic joy about a My Little Pony I got when I was 11. And I remember opening her, and they all smelled vaguely of chemical fruit or something. She was the teal Pegasus one. I think her name was Melody. She had music notes on her butt. I loved that. I loved that toy. And 11 is maybe too old to be playing with My Little Ponies. I'm not sure, but man, I loved her. She was great. You know, I think this might actually touch in with why gifts aren't a language I speak very well, because whether it's a gift or whether it's just in my life, like, the giftness of it doesn't put any particular sheen on it for me, except that I feel the love of the person who gave it in the moment they gave it. That's for sure. And as I eat these things and light Ruth up, I'll be thinking of you every time I read it, of course. But then, like, 10 years from now, I don't know if I'll be like, oh, and the chili crisp January.
Right.
Remember those Pillsbury chili crisps I made.
Right. But maybe that's what gifts are about, and generosity is about really bringing joy to each other in the moment.
Mm-hmm. That could be. I remember a few times I've gotten flowers unexpectedly, which weren't for Christmas, but those are like, oh, because I do love flowers and they just seem so extravagant to buy for yourself. So those have been particularly lovely. Yeah, there's the thing about generosity, like it's definitely, so it's possible to give gifts in a weird, selfish way. So just want to name that. And a lot of people use gift giving as a way to manipulate, like either overtly or covertly. And so if you've had experience with that, as maybe I have, maybe, on the receiving end, I hope not on the giving end. I hope that I've learned that gifts are about generosity. And generosity, I think, is about really looking at what the other person wants and what the other person needs. And, like, trying to be a part of that. And then expecting no thanks and no credit and no anything. Like, the joy of giving it should be the end of your expectation for yourself as a gift giver. If there's any reciprocity expected, demanded, you know, on the part of the person you're giving the gift to, then that's not a gift. That's a something else.
It's a present with obligation.
Yeah, it's an invitation to be beholden or something like that. Yeah. So that's really important, and that, thankfully, I think I've gotten very good at. Like when I give gifts, which is why I can't remember anything I've given anyone, because it's not about me or the thing. It's about making them happy, and you're like, what? What brand was it? Don't know. Don't know what color pencil. Oh, that's right. I did buy you colored pencils that year. I remember. Yeah.
Can I tell you about the worst gift I've ever received?
Yes.
So it was from my mother. Now, my mother is a very good gift giver, or I should say, my mother was a very good gift giver when I was young and cute. And she always made Christmas really special. And I think probably drove my father crazy by spending way too much money on my Christmas gifts. I was probably about 25, 24. I had been looking for this book that is a beautiful, very important book to us physical theater people. It's only available in French and it's out of print. And I had made it known to all of my loved ones that I desperately wanted this book, and if anyone could find it, I would love to have it. And a couple of weeks before Christmas, my mom starts to get really excited. She's like, I can't wait to give you your gift. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's really great. You're gonna love it. I was like, oh my God. I thought, geez, she got me this book. She somehow through some miracle, she found this book. So then I get my present. And I go to...
Hold on. Wait, before you go on, I forgot until you set that up that this is a story about a bad gift.
Right.
I forgot. I was like, ooh, this is a great story. I wonder what the gift... Oh, no, she said it was bad. No. Okay.
So part of what made the gift bad was that I had this expectation that I was going to get this rare French out-of-print physical theater book, which, how specific can you get? But so I get the gift and I'm opening it, and I open it, and everyone in, my mom is sitting there and on pins and needles, anticipating, looking intently at me to see what's going to happen. And I open the gift, and it is a set of jewelry, not a book. The jewelry has a Native American aesthetic, which...
Were you a jewelry wearer?
No.
Because I do not know you as one. Okay.
No, I was not a jewelry wearer. The jewelry was made by an artisan. I do not know if they were Native American or not, but let's ignore issues of me tooling around town sporting my Native American jewelry. It was a beaded necklace, and it was made with leather with beads attached. It was blue and black, and it had this sort of squarish, large chunk as the pendant portion of the necklace, and it was set slightly askew. And I remember the asymmetry of it driving me nuts. And I was like, what is this? And she was like, Claire, it's art. I was like, right. And then the kicker was that along with this necklace came a matching pair of earrings. Now, I don't have pierced ears. And I remember looking at her and saying, why why would you give, I don't have pierced ears. And she said, I know, but it's a set.
Oh my God. Oh man.
She literally got me
Wow.
something that I didn't enjoy, and then on top of that, literally could not use.
Yeah. Talk about a gift that is really clearly about the giver.
Yep.
Very
Yep.
clearly. Oh man. But then my favorite part is like the expectation on her part that you react in a certain way.
Yes.
And yeah, that's nothing worse than being asked to perform joy. Whew, man, that's rough.
And then the really funny thing was a few days later, some friends were giving a holiday party that we attended and my mom attended. And I remember putting the goddamn necklace on because I knew my mom was going to be at the party and I knew she was going to want to see, so I was totally performing for her. So I remember her distinctly walking into the party and I remember her craning her head to see if I was wearing the necklace. And of course, sure enough, I was. I never wore it again.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've known you for 15 years. I've never seen it.
No.
So yeah. Yeah, that fits with what I know of your mom. Yeah. My parents are very sweet. They didn't do that usually. I think when I was young, I was not generous or kind. And if I was given a gift, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? And I wouldn't curse at them, of course, but I would be like, very clearly like, no, that's a no. So they, I think relatively early, I remember even in high school being asked for a list because there was no chance that they were going to try. And then the things that they would try, my mom actually got me a piece of jewelry that I like. And I wish I still had, I don't know where it is, but she got me a wooden bead bracelet.
Oh.
That I thought was lovely. And it was an earring set as well. But yeah, she did well with that one. And of course, I have no idea where it is. But...
Now, you told me a story once about...
No, go ahead. It's fine.
About a shirt.
The magic of editing. We don't have to talk about it if it doesn't go
Right.
anywhere.
You told me a story once about receiving a shirt. You had asked for a particular color.
So this is, yes, that's, that was earlier. That was earlier. And this is one of the times where I was just a very ungrateful gift recipient. So I asked my mother for a very thin-ribbed, very light sky blue corduroy shirt from J. Crew. This is back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was gorgeous and so soft-looking. And just, so beautiful. And Christmas morning came, and I opened the package, and she had gotten me basically a straw or wheat-colored one instead. And I was like, I don't look good in the same colors you look good in. I think this shirt might actually be for you. I was like, I thought I was very clear that, I wanted the blue one. And she said, well, the blue one was out of stock. And so I just got this one instead. And I was like, yeah, but the color is important.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, my parents don't have a discernible aesthetic sense of any kind. I mean, they don't, and I think that they would agree with that. I don't think that's a criticism I'm making that they would dispute.
Right.
They just really don't care how things look, kind of ever. And I do. And I was like, yeah, no. And that happened a lot in my childhood, is like my parents were very aware of the time when I wasn't going to be in the house anymore. And so anything that was like specifically me in terms of color or style or whatever, it was always then transmuted to middle-aged browns and tans because, they were just not looking forward with anticipation, although probably sometimes given the things I did as a child, just really like not interested in allowing my aesthetic sense to have any home. Really.
Yeah, and the unintentional message that you can't live in a world of sky blue. You're living in a world of wheat.
That's right.
Taupe.
That's right. You should get used to taupe. Taupe is going to serve you better. No, I like sky blue. Thanks, though. Yeah. And it took a while, like all of those lessons. And of course, like this is not a tragedy. My childhood was not a tragedy. Yeah. I was well taken care of. I was always warm. I was always fed. I had a good childhood. it's an 89%. It's almost an A, right? No actual complaints. But within the no actual complaints, like the extended messages, the things you like don't matter or are unimportant. Caring about them is a waste of my time and your time and whatever. And so like unlearning that to really start to care about things again was a challenge as I got older.
Yeah. I think that giving gifts says a lot about the relationship.
Yes. That's exactly why yesterday stressed me out so badly, because I didn't want this to be our relationship. It's like, no! All of this beauty and wonder she has given me. And I hand her, no tag on your gift. No bow, no tag. Oh, God. God, I don't want this to be our relationship. I'm going to wrap the shit out of the one I finish soon. Yeah. It's going to be wrapped 4 times. I'll wrap it in progressively bigger boxes, and each one is going to be exquisitely designed.
I mean, this is also the first year in many, many years that I have had any kind of, this isn't the busiest time of year for me, so I've had space to do the things I like, which I've discovered is to make packages really pretty and bake cookies and get your ass drunk on bourbon balls.
Bourbon balls. Why are you drunk? I had 2 bourbon balls. My friend Claire made them. Yeah, you drew a little sprout. I thought it was a snail, but it's a sprout on the outside of one of the packages. Drew on the wrapping paper, wrapped in craft paper.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. You did such a good job.
Yeah, we have time. We're very fortunate. We have time to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Some people were, desperately cramming for prostate exams.
I
should say exams about prostates.
That's fine. No, it was a prostate exam. That's fine. I know it sounds weird because I sound like a female, but sometimes we all have to go in and get a prostate exam.
Was that a motorcycle?
Yeah, right. Go on by outside.
That was Santa.
That was Santa. Yeah, Santa in Longmont tools around on a Harley.
Yeah. That's actually strangely appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the thing I miss this year for Christmas is that Longmont does a holiday parade that is pretty great most of the time. It's a very community-oriented town.
It's a great town.
Like, they shut down Main Street relatively frequently.
Oh, but by the way, nobody else moved there. They're all full up. Real estate prices are astronomical. Stay away.
Really
come for a visit. Say hi to Teresa. The end.
Yeah, but please don't move here. I can't afford a house here. If you people who can afford houses here keep buying them, I will continue to not be able to afford one. But yeah, no, it's a great little town. There's a T-shirt actually. So our favorite pizza shop, Rosalie's Pizza Shop.
I love Rosalie's.
It's 2 blocks from my house, and when the war is over, I'm going to go and sit at the bar and read and get drunk and then stumble home on foot, a couple times at least. But Rosalie's was selling Rosalie's Pizza logo shirt on the front with on the back in white Longmont versus everybody.
I love it.
And I was like, yep. And I was like, okay, so where can I get one of those shirts? And they're like, the T-shirt place on Main Street literally is just printing them to order because everyone wants one. I was like, yes.
So the moral of the story is, if you're a British citizen, when royals get married, you get a free plate. In Longmont, right, the citizens get a Longmont versus everyone T-shirt.
That's right.
By law, by royal decree.
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is present the receipt for your first month's rent that you've paid or your mortgage that you've paid, and you receive this shirt. Yes, that's right. Oh, thank you so much, Claire.
This has been lovely.
All right, well, thanks everyone for listening. We hope your holidays are good. If they're not good, we hope you are taking excellent care of yourself. Try and talk to somebody you love.
Yeah.
Try and do that regularly.
We will be back next week, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to tell us about the best or worst gift you've ever received or what you're doing to be generous for the holidays, you can email us at itchoosesyoupodcast@gmail.com. All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Testing. Great. Thank you for listening to It Chooses You. Your hosts are Teresa Sparks and Claire Patton. Our theme song is by Bobby Dart. If you'd like to get in touch with us, drop us an email at itchoosesyouPodcast@gmail.com.